Can Chinese EV startup Nio's cute compact Firefly defeat Mini when European tariffs are shaving its price advantage? And are Americans missing out? Think of private EV startup Nio, Est. 2014, as China's homegrown Tesla, a premium brand that solved buyers' range, charging anxiety by investing in its own infrastructure, battery swap stations in this case rather than fast chargers, and by designing and developing its own hardware and software in-house. A big difference is that after just 7 years of selling cars, and before sustaining a profitable bottom line, Nio is introducing a small, affordable, urban electric runabout, so as not to dilute its premium executive car brand reputation. Nio's Firefly is a sub-brand targeted at premium competitors like Mini and Smart. We spent the day driving one around exurban Shanghai and found lots of features and traits that Americans could love and wish for in an urban EV. Ultra-compact rear-wheel drive. Nio designed and developed its own electric drivetrains, and the permanent magnet motor tucked under the low rear cargo floor is particularly space-efficient. Its highly integrated 6-in-1 electric drive system, motor, drive reduction gearing, differential, motor controller, high-voltage power distribution unit, and DC-DC converter, is unique in this class. The rear motor adopts a coaxial layout, meaning the half shafts are concentric with the motor's rotor, not offset below it, and the planetary differential gearing is inside the rotor, the way Lucid does it. This all helps keep the center of gravity low and the motor out of the way of cargo. Ultra-tight turning circle, with no constant velocity joints to protect. The front wheels are free to turn to a much more extreme angle, permitting a city-friendly 30.8-foot turning circle. This is a choice that shouldn't cost much if any extra to implement, and it's thus ripe for adoption on US market cars. Tesla Model S-sized front. Nio's Firefly EV mounts the steering rack ahead of the front wheel centerline instead of behind it, as most cars do. This frees up interior footroom and gets the steering out of the way of the front. And with no drivetrain components up there, the Firefly's 3.2 cubic foot frunk accommodates a good-sized carry-on bag. Better yet, throw your dirty or wet stuff in there to keep the cabin neat and dry. The plastic bin can easily be hosed out, or filled with ice and used as a cooler. Thanks to a drain with a removable plug in the bottom, there's another cubic foot of storage under the right rear seat cushion, plus more under the front passenger cushion. With manual adjust cloth seats. Here again, no government subsidizing made this feature possible. Stiff and safe. At 35.700 Newton-meters degree, the Firefly's torsional rigidity is said to be more than 30% stiffer than that of a Tesla Model 3 and 50 to 80% stiffer than more direct competitor hatchbacks. China cuts some safety regulatory slack to cars measuring shorter than 4 meters. So the Firefly stretches to 4.003 meters long to reassure buyers its 9 standard airbags will protect them in a collision with a larger car. China's equivalent to our IIHS gives it top marks. Oh, and that 9th bag serves to separate the 2 front passengers in a crash. Some of this is a major source of cost. Some is smart engineering. Unique design striving for iconic. Head of design Chris Tomasin, an American who has stamped his passport at BMW, Ford, and Gulfstream, among others, recalls his marching orders. My brief was to create the next Fiat 500 or Mini. Right away that says it's gotta be something unique, not different. Unique. A car that can be recognized by anyone from a child to your grandma. 3 lights was something that was going to be a game changer in design, something memorable. Then copying and pasting front to the rear. No one's not gonna know that's a Firefly. Right? Capturing the innermost lamps in an elongated pill shape, front and rear provided another design element that's replicated elsewhere. See the charge port and door handles outside as well as the rearview mirror, accelerator, brake, and dead pedals, and more inside. Feels fancy. Spending a week familiarizing ourselves with the entire Nio line, we were struck by the utter lack of parts bin sharing. Every inch of this little car has been designed. We've said the same of Mini. There's refreshingly little shiny, hard plastic. Most everything is wrapped in soft-touch microfiber or polyurethane. And at night it's dressed up by 256 color ambient lighting. Dash level A, sea air emits from a row of vents way forward on the dash. they're not aimable. But there's a swing function like an oscillating fan that worked great. Design is free, and we can hope smart materials developers elsewhere can figure out these finishes on a tiny car budget. Swinging vents are a bigger cost. The 13.2-inch central display is not pill-shaped, but the home screen incorporates pleasing circular graphics. And every screen features a Firefly font and look. A UI/UX win that everyone should start copying at no additional cost, no matter what's currently displayed on the screen. Dragging 2 fingers up or down on the left side of the screen changes volume, and on the right adjusts temperature. Standard equipment includes a 14-speaker Dolby Atmos sound system that punches above its class. A power liftgate, phone is key, welcome lighting, and an AI assistant named Lumo. Smart parking and level 2 plus autonomy are also included, all of which are likely budget busters for Western competitors. Slide across seating, sometimes in dense city centers. You end up parked too close to something to comfortably open a door. The area ahead of and between the seats is open, and the top of the center console, which features a slide-out bin, is level with the seat cushions. So, simply raising the armrest allows both driver and front passenger to easily enter and exit via either door. A great, free idea. Battery. Range. The Firefly gets a 42.1 kWh lithium iron phosphate battery, the West's great hope for cheap entry EVs. That's claimed to provide 261 miles of range. But that, like the 10.9 kilowatt-hours, 100 kilometers overall efficiency statistic, 192.1 mpge, are both products of the wildly optimistic China Light-Duty Vehicle Test Cycle, CLTC. So salt them liberally. Slow charging but fast swapping. Firefly uses budget-friendly 400-volt architecture and is limited to 100 kW charging, which is said to be able to bring the 42.1 kWh battery pack from 10 to 80% in 30 minutes. But the promise of 3-minute battery swaps will eventually make charging speed irrelevant. The delay is the fact that the smaller Firefly battery can't use Nio's 3.275 existing battery swap stations. The new 5th generation design has been developed in conjunction with battery partner CATL, which will contribute to the swapping station build-out along with 7 other EV manufacturers that have signed on to share this new battery swapping standard. So, early Firefly owners may find themselves charging more than swapping for a while. Driving the Firefly EV. Firefly claims the 141 horsepower motor will scoot this 3.300-pound runabout to 60 miles per hour in around 8 seconds. Roughly matching our most recent Fiat 500e, but with that thrust coming from behind. The rear suspension is a 5-link design where many competitors fit cheaper trailing twist beams. Add in the fact that Nio enlisted the aid of Canada's Multimatic to tune the suspension, using fixed-rate dampers. And the result is admirably agile driving dynamics. Our Chinese market test car felt more softly suspended than a Mini or 500e. But its longer wheelbase helps it feel equally well planted and stable. With no excessive roll, pitch, or dive, tuning could be tweaked to suit European tastes. Or possibly left as is to carve out a more comfort-centric niche. Unlike other Nio products we drove, this one offers full one-pedal driving as well as adjustable regenerative braking levels. Plus an auto mode using forward radar to increase region to pace slowing vehicles. Sport, normal, and eco drive modes alter steering feel and accelerator responsiveness. And we found that only eco allowed smooth highway driving, with higher levels of region selected. No mode provided realistic steering feel. But that's almost universally true in this class. How much and how soon? The Firefly is on sale now, starting at the equivalent of $16.800 in China. Sporting 5 mostly bright exterior colors and 4 interior color schemes, as well as a choice of 2 seat materials and 2 wheel designs. It will eventually enter 16 countries on 5 continents. With North America and Antarctica the odd rocks out. Even at twice that price or a little more. The Firefly EV would strike most Americans as an unbelievable steal. Which has raised the question, what might end up actually getting stolen? Market share. Parts. Mines. Perhaps, if Americans could buy this car for $34?